And now it's time for some Q&A from you, the viewers, and I wanted to bring up some issues related to sponsored posts and some feedback that I got from all of you on that. And this was an unusual week because we did have 2 sponsored posts going on this week, which is not what I like to do. I like to have no more than 1 per week, but the timing on the Kensington thing and the Nokia thing just required me to get both up this week. So the Kensington one posted on Tuesday and the Nokia one posted up on Sunday. And for a lot of viewers, you often don't see my sponsored posts because YouTube's algorithm, for whatever reason, doesn't think you're going to want to watch it. It's not that it's sponsored, but it just might not be in a product category that you want. So every time I post a sponsored video, there are always a few viewers who write in saying, hey, this is the first sponsored video I've seen you do, but I have actually been doing them for 2 or 3 years now. And my overall gut on this stuff is that I don't want these to be sales pitches. I want them to be for products that I'm comfortable recommending to people first and foremost. I always review them first without being compensated to make sure that it's something that the viewers will find useful and acceptable and not something that is going to disappoint people. That's my primary objective with these things. But the other thing is I like to add some value to the mix too and make it beyond just a sales pitch where we actually go in and try to add some value to some stuff. I think the Kensington videos will be doing that as I explain how USB technology works. We're going to have one of those each week for the next 3 weeks, actually, so just be prepared for that. And then with the Nokia thing, I had a very good relevant story here, and I have actually been using Nokia products to track my weight loss and keep it off over the last couple of months, and they've made that process a little easier for me, so that was something, again, I was very comfortable doing. But I wanted to direct your attention to this video that I did a while ago. This was an interview I did with an attorney who works in this area of vlogging or blogging and product endorsements. He's an expert in the FTC requirements. And we had a really good talk, and that really helped me decide how to best present things to you. Because one of the disadvantages that I have here as essentially a sole proprietor of a media operation is that I don't have the luxury of having a sales department and a big wall up between editorial and sales. And as such, you have to really figure out how do you separate those things. And in many cases, it's hard to do that because I do have to sign the contracts for all the advertising stuff that goes on the channel here. And my take on this has been just to be fully upfront and transparent so that you, the viewer, can decide whether or not you should listen to me. If you think that I am not giving you the right information, then don't watch the video. But I'm giving you exactly what my relationship is with these companies. And in every case, I'm telling you whether or not they had some role in what you saw appear before your eyes. And one of the things that Jay Stein here wrote about the other day was that because my Plex sponsorships are something that aren't reviewed ahead of time, he was surprised to see a sponsor reviewing something ahead of time. But just like that example I cited earlier where YouTube is not always putting these videos in front of viewers, well, most of the sponsored videos I do require the brand to look at it first just because they're paying for the video, and I think they want to make sure, first of all, that it's accurate, and secondly, that it's in line with whatever their objectives are in promoting the product. Now, having said that, I have not yet had a brand tell me to take something out that was an opinion of mine, and I think that might be an area where I would have some pushback with them. If I maybe mention something that isn't so great about the product, I would not want them to force me to take it out, and that might maybe lead to not having that video get posted at all or some other discussion that happens. But generally, the brand's been very good about what I've been doing because I explained to them up front that, look, I'm not going to sit here and pitch your product. I'm going to go through some content that is relevant to your product and how I might use your product in that context. And I think the value that an influencer, if you want to call me that, provides is that we can bridge those gaps and give them something I think that is more valuable than just a straight up person pitching their product to people. So that's my take on it. I wanted to get your thoughts on it as well, so definitely let me know down in the comments section. Unfortunately, to keep growing the business, sponsorships are a fact of life. I'd like for it to some point have enough maybe YouTube revenue coming in that I don't have to take as many of these sponsorships, but for the time being, that's where we're going to be at. And I am going to be very careful about spacing these things out so that we don't fill this thing up with the green thumbnails, which, by the way, is another way to know when a video is sponsored. If I'm doing a video for a company, you'll see that green thumbnail, and that will indicate to you that that is a sponsored video.
This channel is brought to you by the Lon.TV supporters, including gold level supporters, the Black Eyed and Blues Music Hour podcast, Chris Allegretta, Steve Blixt, Stanley Taub, and Kalyan Kumar. If you want to help the channel, you can by contributing as little as $1 a month. Head over to Lon.TV/support to learn more. And don't forget to subscribe. Visit Lon.TV/s.